Look under the counter and see what cleaning products you're using. Those are really normally pretty toxic. I always say at what cost, literally to the planet and to your body.
Makeup, hair, cosmetics and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun at my age, but they're not usually very green.
Petroleum byproducts, emulsifiers, parabens, pegs. When I see them, I go, oh yeah, I looked that word up and I know what that means, and that's something to avoid.
Trying to find organic and healthy makeup with cruelty-free and stuff like that. That's where I kind of started.
Just become aware. Start finding out where the toxins lie in your life. And you know what? You're going to live healthier and you're going to have a healthier planet.
These are my green tips, but I want to hear yours. If you have some way to save energy, save natural gas, electricity, water, save the environment, please write us at onbegleystreet.com.
You look stressed.
A little.
That's a normal look.
Part of my job for you guys as your contractor is to explain the process. So we're deconstructing your house, but first we're going to have to deal with the toxins.
I'm like, really? What toxins are in there? I didn't know there were any toxins in there.
We're going to be taking out lead. We're going to be taking out asbestos out of the house. We've identified where they are. We're going to make it safe for you guys and for everybody that's working on this site.
Wait a minute, I thought the house was going bye-bye. I mean, what do you mean by make it safe for us? We're not living in that.
Well, to answer your question, so what if somebody just takes a sledgehammer and starts breaking up their tile?
I've been tempted.
You've been tempted?
Yeah.
We've all done it. And so what's in there? Actually, in your tile, we found the highest concentration of lead in the entire house happens to be in your tile. So somebody starts to do it, and what happens is this becomes an inhalant for them. And they're not aware that they're actually ingesting toxins, and you start wondering why people are getting cancer.
Then it makes me think, wow, I mean, we live with this stuff? How many of us are getting sick from these old houses?
Doing things right like this with these toxins, with lead and asbestos, do we get any lead points for that?
I mean, you do indirectly, because part of doing LEED is doing things by the law. So,
yes.
And the law and the EPA has really clear guidelines on how we do this.
If you just bulldoze, you get no lead points, and if you deconstruct and repurpose, which makes sense, you get lead points. That's great.
Hey, we're building a LEED home. We want to go for LEED Platinum, and there's so much that you can do. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of extra paperwork, a lot of extra effort, some extra expense. But if I'm not going to do a LEED Platinum home, who in America is?
When I saw the guys in the hazmat suits, that was a little freaky. What is going on?
That's a good question. So what we're doing is we're encapsulating all of the materials that we found on the roof that had lead. There was a huge amount of lead in some of the materials up there. It was just a normal building material that people used to use back then.
Wow.
Before they found out that it actually caused cancer and attacks your nervous system. So.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You mean there was stuff like that in my house that I could have potentially just moved into this house and lived with? I mean, how frightening is that? Your house is killing you.
It is. Basically. Your house is slowly killing you, and people don't know it.
I'm not surprised there's a lot of toxins and weird stuff in there because, I mean, that house is from the 30s, I think it is.
So, Rochelle, I wanted you to meet Fidel.
How's it going?
He's from Fresh Air.
Good. Nice to meet you.
Oh, are you one of the guys in the hazmat suits on the...
No, unfortunately I'm not. I'm the supervisor, site supervisor, so I have to be on the ground, make sure everything's going out from the ground up.
I know, it's a rough job, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, and just by looking at this now, I can tell that's
asbestos, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a non-friable asbestos.
I don't know a lot about asbestos, but I know it's bad.
How are we going to get rid of these two cleanly, the right way?
Well, these are non-friable, so we can't break them. So we would have to just disconnect them the way they are and wrap them with 6 mil poly.
Asbestos is bad because it's something that scars your lungs. And turns out you need your lungs. So it's a cumulative damage, and once it's done, and you can't go backwards on it.
Great. Now, so where do they go once you haul them away?
They go to a special landfill.
Safe spot, right?
A safe spot.
It's the graveyard for asbestos.
Correct.
May it never come back again.
No.
It's important that we get it out of the house, that we get it out cleanly for the workers, because in 10, 20 years is when you find out you had the problem. So we're going to stop it right now, and we're going to make sure that people are healthy on our project and not getting sick.
We have some lead up in a small gazebo, lead paint. Which came up positive very high.
9.9.
Wow, that's loaded with lead.
Most people think it's just only in paint, where it could be in tile, it could be in the restrooms and door jambs, and actually your whole paint in your whole house.
The house goes back to 1936.
Right.
So all the paint that's on here.
Oh, so it reads all the under.
Yes.
It's not
If
the
you
top
have 37 layers of paint on there, it's going through every single
All right,
layer.
so
it's a newer technology. People used to just test the one on top.
Okay, so we have to get the hazmat guys in here, right?
Well, a good thing they're here today.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It's important that you're handy, honey. You need to know how some of this stuff works. This is our rainwater tank. After the rain, just a little bit of rain, I think this thing is going to be pretty full. We're totally full. That's good news, but the bad news is we're wasting so much water that's gone down the sewer that we could have captured. At the new home, I'm going to have a much bigger tank and save all that water.
Dad, you used to build houses with Habitat for Humanity, right?
Yes, I did.
You could kind of work on the new house, couldn't you?
Not only could I do some of that work in the new house, I might help out Habitat for Humanity, and they might help us too. Thank you, Hayden.
This has steel doors that are opening out onto the patio.
Wow, that would be beautiful.
I got 3 words for you two. Humanity, Habitat for.
Oh God, I hate his riddles. What do you mean?
To recycle the house. We don't want that house going in a landfill. Habitat for Humanity, will they recycle stuff? I hear they do that.
They don't recycle as much as they repurpose, Ed.
Okay.
So Habitat's going to take your doors, they're going to take your windows, they're going to take the light fixtures,
All the good
appliances,
stuff.
the good stuff. Yeah, they come and they take the best of it. You're right.
Yeah.
But there's a company that we've been talking to. Their name is IRS. And they are
I've had trouble with that company, by the way.
This is not the same agency. This is actually a demolition company. Now, this company, what they do, Ed, is they specialize in commercial deconstruction. So we went to them because they really have a handle on the market. You know, they take down these 17-story high-rises. They know how to deconstruct everything and use it. I want to use them, though, for your residential project.
Maybe I can win them over.
There you go. There you go. So we're going to ask you to go over there, see if it works. Maybe you can convince them a little bit more than I've been able to.
I don't know.
It's going to be kind of like sending a kid to a candy store. I think.
Can I bring Rochelle with me
Yeah.
so she can see the process? I think
Yeah, we've got so much to do on the site, so you guys take your time there. Yes.
We'll make it a family outing.
You
We'll all
could,
go
you
together.
could.
We'll get some matching hard hats.
There you go.
Get ready.
You'll have fun.
Thank you. You know, it's a lot cheaper to just take the old house and put it in a landfill, but then you're throwing away all that work, all that embedded carbon, all that embedded energy in that old house, and throwing in a big pit in the ground. We don't want to do that. We want those materials to get additional use.
Well, there were some items that we couldn't even donate because there was old lead paint on them. You know, there was a beautiful round window that they don't even make anymore, but I can't use it because it's toxic. I'm sad that some of the things just couldn't make the trip with us.
I'm happy that we're not just remodeling now, because not only do we get a brand new house, but we also get a house that's free of all those toxins.
The bricks, the 2x4s, different materials, construction materials, we want all that to go into another use, another part of the recycling stream.
I'm hoping that we can lead by example, that people will take this and learn from it and apply it to when they go to remodel their own home, because it's just the right thing to do.
Next time on Begley Street, Ed searches for a place to recycle a house.
Only about 2% of the lumber in a commercial job is usable for composting or mulching.
See you next time on Begley Street. On Begley Street is a proud supporter of Greenwish,